Hello, I'm Ellie Proctor.
And I'm Trinity Donnellan. We're with the Technology Student Association, and today we will be interviewing Miss Joaquim about her field of engineering.
Thank you for joining us today. Miss Joaquim, tell us about yourself.
Well, I'm a civil engineer, and I have about 20 years experience in the field, and I'm a mom with 3 kids, and I work and at home part-time, and I enjoy both. I enjoy being a mom and I enjoy being an engineer.
Well, what type of engineering field are you in?
I'm a structural engineer, and structural engineering is one of the divisions of civil engineering, which is has many different fields or options that you can choose from. In structural engineering, I work primarily in industrial structures and designing support systems for heavy machinery. I've also designed infrastructure for buildings, following an architect, and to make sure that the design concept that he's created works efficiently to support the loads.
What education is necessary for a civil engineer?
For a civil engineer, you need a 4-year Bachelor of Science degree, and you also, if you want to specialize in one of the fields, as I did, a master's degree is a good idea to really become more specialized in your field.
Why did you choose to become a civil engineer?
I chose to become a civil engineer because when I was beginning my journey through school, I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do, except for I knew I liked math and science. And civil engineering gave me a very broad range of options, and I knew that once I followed that journey, I would be able to have the choice on which path I wanted to choose.
What would a typical day at work be like for a civil engineer?
A typical day at work, it could be, there's a lot of different things it could be because it's such a broad field. Throughout my career, I've primarily worked in an office setting, working on design calculations, either independently or with other engineers to produce construction documents and design drawings. For other engineers, they work in the field, and so they may be outside all day inspecting construction projects and making sure that the design is built the way it was intended.
What are some of the most used technologies for a civil engineer?
Some of the most used technologies would be the computer. We use computer software to help with the design calculations. There's engineering design software that makes our job a lot easier and more efficient. I also use drawing software such as AutoCAD, as well as a program called MathCAD, which helps to generate the design calculations and make that a lot easier.
Where do civil engineers usually work?
Civil engineers can work anywhere around the world. You can work in towns, you can work in an office, you can work in a home office. You can work outside on a construction project. So there's a lot of different options for that.
If someone wants to become a civil engineer, what advice would you give them?
I would recommend that they research the field and study the different disciplines and see what kind of options they would have when they are finished with their degree. There's many different paths that you can follow. Civil engineers do traffic design, construction management, structural engineering, water resource planning. So there's just a lot of different options and fields that you can pursue with this.
How do you use STEM skills in your job, which is science, technology, engineering, and mathematics?
I use STEM every day. I use science because I'm a structural engineer, and I use the laws of physics in order to determine whether a structure is sufficient or to come up with a new design. I use technology because I use a computer in my work, either to produce design drawings or to facilitate the calculations. I use engineering because that is my field, and engineering really it's every day I bring together what I learned through my education and using my degree And then math, I use math constantly. I do design calculations all day. And it's very fun to start it with a project with a blank sheet of paper. When I'm finished, I might have 30 pages of math calculations. And it just all started from, at the beginning, you have just a question. What do I need to make this stand up? And, just by using math, you can make that determination.
Well, thank you, Ms. Joachim, for taking your time to do this interview with us today.
Thank you.
You're welcome. It's my pleasure.